we're in chilly London. The last time we were here, it was much nicer weather. It's chilly, but we're warming up by understanding how race car tech from the racetrack can make it to road cars. At the O2, iconic event, there's a lot more coming from there. Also EV charging infrastructure, not here in London, but back home in India. We're doing a ground reality check. And if you want your favorite dish delivered from Hyderabad to Mumbai or Delhi to Kolkata, how does one app make it happen? Will intercity delivery become the next big thing? All that and a lot more. I'm your host Aayush Ailawadi saying, welcome to Tech Today. We have EVs and luxury SUVs on the show so often, but what if I told you, if you watch Ford versus Ferrari, you'd know how important it is for an automotive brand to understand what kind of tech and what sort of engineering works on the racetrack. In fact, a lot of the technologies and the practices that are used on the racetrack can be used to enhance and improve road cars. How does all of it happen? Why are we here at this iconic event in London? Well, here's a sneak peek. On Tech Today, we have a very special guest from the world of Formula E. We're talking all about how EV tech from the racetrack will make it to road cars with James Barclay from Jaguar TCS. Nice to meet you.
Great to be here.
James, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on Tech Today. With a lovely skyline to establish that we're not doing this in the metaverse, but we're doing it on the show, I want to start off by asking you, when we talk about how Formula E is a sort of a test bed for what's going to eventually come to the Jaguar EV road car, how much of it do we see translating from the racetrack to the road car?
Yeah, that's one of the fundamental reasons why we're involved in Formula E. It's a real-world testbed for electric vehicle technology. We're in a world championship sport where in order to gain advantage and be ahead of your competition, you have to innovate in the best way possible. And I always liken it, you in your professional level, you always push yourself further than you ever would normally go when that level of competition exists around you. So that competition is good, it improves the breed, so to speak. And it's everything. It's on the powertrain technology, the electric motor, the inverter, the software. Aerodynamics in Formula One is incredibly important. In Formula E, it's about the software, how we tune and control the powertrain to deliver that the most efficient way and the best way in terms of performance. And it's everything from material science in terms of how we develop our powertrain systems all the way through to the application of the software. So it's actually a hugely exciting area. The technology is evolving incredibly quickly. And what's really relevant is that the things we're doing in Formula E will make our future road cars even better.
James, all other things remaining equal, the way Formula E works, obviously, it's a similar chassis across the lineup. And then the differentiator, I'd imagine, becomes technology. Now, the partnership with TCS becomes imperative there. And I'm guessing our viewers would love to know what kind of insights that we actually get from that partnership and how much does that improve efficiency, battery management systems. I'm guessing this really gives you that cutting edge.
Yeah, absolutely. The powertrain, as you say, that's our differentiator. The electric motor, the inverter, the software, the gearbox, all those things which propel the car forward are critical. And the partnership with TCS is fundamental because broader than the race team, Jaguar Land Rover works closely with TCS in terms of enabling that next step, that transition to this new all-electric future. And for us, it's everything. Like I said, if we look at some areas of the car, and there's some great examples, we introduced a 20-kilometer range increase on the Jaguar I-Pace, purely from learning more about how we could push the electric powertrain even further in terms of temperature management. That gave us a 20-kilometer range increase that was introduced into our car through a software over-the-air update, not through hardware change. Just two examples of where we've really kind of used and pioneered that technology for the benefit of consumers. And TCS, what's important there, in the future, both now with the race team and broader in Jaguar Land Rover, are helping enable us to turn those technology opportunities into reality as well.
Big news, Formula E coming to India, Hyderabad. How excited are the folks at Jaguar TCS about this?
Oh, we couldn't be more excited. A second home race as we see it. Yes, we're a British team based here in the UK, but with our parent company as Tata, as TCS as the title sponsor, it's one which we're incredibly excited for. So already the popularity in the race is really, really ramping up. I actually can't wait. We know that India has a huge motorsport following. It's high time we're back racing in India as a World Championship. The last World Championship race, Formula One, was nearly a decade ago now. So to be back with a true World Championship with incredible teams, incredible manufacturers like Jaguar, and the most professional driver lineup in the world in any other motorsport category means it's going to be a fantastic showdown on the streets of Hyderabad. We can't wait.
James, we're very excited to have you there. But as a quick last question, something that a lot of people in motorsport don't know about you is that you grew up in South Africa beside an iconic racetrack. I'm guessing decibel levels were through the roof out there because that was Grand Prix, Formula One. It's a different story with Formula E. Did it take some time getting used to it once you got into the real scruff of motorsport?
Well, I mean, absolutely. I was always destined, I think, to be a motorsport. When you grow up hearing racing cars most days,
it's in your blood.
In your blood, correct. But I think what's super exciting, motorsport has always been at the forefront of technology. And what I love about Formula E is it's different in so many ways. We don't race at traditional racetracks. We race in the heart of city centres. We're very close to the location where we race here in London, for example, today. And that wouldn't be possible with a normal combustion engine car with its emissions and with its noise. So what is amazing is that Formula E, in many respects, is also helping represent the future of the sport, safeguarding the sport and its future, but importantly also being that continuous testbed that motorsport has always been. It's just a new generation with new technology, but it opens as many doors as it closes, which is super exciting. And that's what I think the fans are really enjoying. If you look at Formula E, the one thing that most people say is just how good, how close the racing is. And beyond all of it, all the technology and everything at the heart of it, we're just a great sport that fans can enjoy as well.
Absolutely, James. What a pleasure to have you on Tech Today. And we hope the next time we meet, it's in Hyderabad. And perhaps a podium finish?
I can't wait. We'll be trying our best.
Good to see you.
Take care.
So much talk of EVs and race car tech and road tech. Well, I need a little bit of a break. Time for me to recharge, maybe get something down at Canary Wharf, a quick bite, while you do as well. And I'll see you on the other side of this commercial break.
Are watching India Today.
Chinese company Alibaba has reportedly diluted its stake in Zomato to 10% from 13%. The e-commerce platform likely sold 26 crore shares for about $200 in trade today. The Zomato stock was up 3.5% in today's trading session. So what is really next for this particular stock? Here is what Divam Sharma of Green Portfolio has to say.
Alibaba Group is planning to sell a stake of around 3% in Zomato worth $200 million through a block deal. Earlier also, the company's co-founder Mohit Gupta resigned, and the stock is actually down over 60% from its 52-week high. So what are your thoughts on Zomato, and where is the stock headed according to you?
So if you look at the Zomato's balance sheet, the debt is almost insignificant. There is, in fact, a significant cash on the books on the balance sheet. If you look at the market is further consolidating with news like Amazon going out of the food delivery business, which is a very positive news for this duopoly business, which is Swiggy and Zomato. The worst news, which includes exit of some of the senior officials or exit of some anchor investors or fall in valuations in global tech product companies, is already factored in. Like the guidance of the company also says that the company on a broader level will be operationally profitable in the next 2 to 4 quarters if you keep aside the quick commerce business, right? So profitability is also coming.
Watching India Today.
So many iconic establishments when you want to grab a bite. out here in central London and of course in the business district. But there's so many interesting ones back home in Mumbai as well. Now, I don't know about a delivery from here all the way to Mumbai or New Delhi, but intercity deliveries have started in India. And we've ordered all sorts of stuff from Delhi, from Hyderabad, from Calcutta. And we've also wanted to get to the bottom of it to see how all of this works, how technology enhances or improves the whole process, and whether the customer experience is actually worth it. Is it a bang for your buck? Here's a Tech Today special.
India, a country known for its food, cuisines of different culture, lip-smacking delicacies from different cities and states. So think Indian food, think of biryani from Hyderabad, tunde kebab from Lucknow, or pav bhaji from Mumbai. Alas, most of the time, one can only imagine these, but maybe not anymore, as food aggregator Zomato is going the distance to satiate these cravings. Zomato has introduced Intercity Legends, an intercity delivery service that now allows you to order Delhi's Nalli Nihari in Mumbai or Mumbai's Pani Puri in Bengaluru. And though it sounds fascinating, it sure is a difficult task. Do not mix the orders, bring the correct order to the right city, and all of this without any spillage or packing issues. So we decided to try it for ourselves. Being in Mumbai, one often craves Delhi's chole bhature. So we decided to give it a go using Zomato. We ordered from Delhi's iconic Sitaram Diwan Chand. So here's how it went. Upon opening the Zomato app, one has to simply select the intercity option. Find and look for the city to order from and choose the food item. The menu from these legendary food joints is limited, as they don't offer the whole menu. In case of Sitaram Diwan Chand, we went with the classic chole bhature. We placed the order at 12 p.m. on a day, and then the wait began. We definitely enjoyed the process of ordering and relishing the chole bhature all the way from Delhi, but a plate that would cost 75 cost us 720 rupees.
Well, according to the instructions in Zomato that I read, after receiving the product, you can't freeze it. You can refrigerate it, but can't freeze it, and you should consume it after heating it up to 3 to 5 minutes in a microwave or in an air fryer. So let's put them in the microwave.
Well, there you have it, a steaming hot plate of chole bhature all the way from Delhi, here in Bombay. Now let's try and find out if the taste is the same or is there any change. Let's find out. Well, chole bhature definitely seemed like a bad choice to order in Intercity Legends. The bhature have completely lost their charm. It's stretchy, it's chewy, though chole have retained their taste and their consistency. Bhature was definitely not worth it.
A newly listed city on Zomato is Mumbai. And no, it doesn't have vada pav on the menu. In fact, it offers a wide range of options from some legendary food joints in the city. Jimmy Boy is a Parsi restaurant famous for its wide breakfasts and lunch menu, along with its snacks. But these legendary restaurants have very few options to avail from if you're in a different city.
Now, Mumbai is a city known for its hustle. It's the hard-working people of the city who are famous for not sleeping. It's the city that never sleeps. So one can't help but wonder what keeps them going. It has to be the food, right? And no matter what the popular perception is, there's way too much to Mumbai food than just vada pav. And now you can get a taste of it all through Zomato's Intercity Legend service. And what's more legendary than a quaint Parsi restaurant famous for its breakfast, lunch and dinner menu, and all of it is available on Zomato. I'm talking about Jimmy Boy.
So we were first approached by Zomato to give it this thought of taking it to our customers who are there and have always been asking for it. So yes, we have taken it on. We've tied up with them and we are sending it because we're cooling down the food, a few hours prior to it. And then they're taking the responsibility of chilling it and then, sending it across to the customer. So it's a good thing.
So it's the same pav bhaji, same preparation, but different packaging. So if you are this one where you've ordered in Mumbai, it would cost you 185 rupees. But if you've ordered in a different city using Zomato Intercity Legends, it would be delivered in this box and would cost you about 395 rupees. The quantity, however, remains the same.
Process is similar, somewhat like regular online deliveries from the Zomato and other platforms. But being a demand from other cities, like for all this particular food which you don't get in other states. So we are getting good orders from Zomato, and we are taking all the precautions of the food safety, and the packaging is being taken care by the Zomato itself.
So as soon as the restaurants receive all the final orders in late evening on the app, they wait for a delivery partner to arrive. Food is then packed in containers that Zomato has provided them, and off it goes. The food is taken to a cold storage facility where it waits to be put on a plane and reach its destination. From restaurant to plane to plate, the food is stored at cold storages before and after its plane journey. The cold storage facility in Mumbai is provided by Shadowfax, that is partnered with Zomato. The average value per order is about 800 to 900, speeding Zomato's way to be profitable, as it was envisioned too. So what do you think? Is it worth the price?
You know, every time we're traveling on the show, whether you're in San Francisco, you're in London, or even Hawaii, I keep looking out for what the EV charging infrastructure is all about, because we've done extensive ground reports from Mumbai, and honestly, it is a work in progress wherever you go in the world. There's all sorts of cool, innovative things happening. There's a lot of people focusing on sustainability now. But the real thing we wanted to talk about was, we bring you all these fancy EVs on the show, but does it make sense to pick up an EV when you're talking about charging infrastructure in the country? We have a special report from Delhi NCR. Here, have a look.
You know how me and my Gen Z friends are extremely climate conscious, and we're actively trying to reduce our carbon footprint. That's one of the reasons why the clean mobility revolution ushered in by EVs excites us so much. Since most of us might be deciding upon buying our first vehicle sometime around now, is it practical for us to go electric? Does India, especially urban India, have the infrastructure to support EVs? Well, don't worry, Tech Today is going to give you the answer for that this week. We started our journey from the India Today Mediaplex, which is based in Noida. Our scooter was at 57 kilometers range, and we had plans of covering 8 charging stations spread across Uttar Pradesh, Haryana and Delhi. We started from the India Today Mediaplex, and we are at the Noida Sector 16 metro station. It's around roughly 2 kilometers away, but our charge has reduced to 5 kilometers. We are at 52 kilometers range. We are in dire need of charge, but this point is not functional. As you can see, the wires are all tied up. There's another charging station a few steps away, but this space is used as a parking lot. Now we are heading towards another charging point, which is a couple of kilometers away from here. Our next stop is at a non-government charging station in Noida Sector 15. Our charge is at 51 kilometers. We've come to the nearest charging point from the Noida Sector 16 metro station, but it seems like although this charging point is operational, it's not going to help us because it's only functional for 4-wheeler vehicles. But we've also come across this vehicle called Hop Charge, which helps people charge their vehicle at their doorstep. We are now headed to a charging station near Scon Temple in Noida, maintained by the government. Our scooter is at 45 kilometers range. We are 6 kilometers away from our previous point, and we found 3 charging stations here in Noida Sector 32, but none of them are functional. As you can see, the wires are all tied up and the machines are dust laden and not operational. We are headed towards Delhi now in hopes that we might find an operational charging station there. At our last stop in Noida Sector 32, we were at 45 kilometers range. Now we are at Connaught Place, roughly 20 kilometers away from there, and we have just 12 kilometers range left, which means we were in dire need of charge. We found this Ather fast charging grid here, and we are hopeful that we'll be able to charge our scooter in a couple of hours. There are several other charging points here in Connaught Place in the middle circle as well as in the inner circle. and this one seems to be most useful for us because it's a fast charging point.
The charging stations in the inner circle at C&D block were not functional. We charged our scooter to 90 km range in roughly 1 hour 45 minutes and headed towards our next stop on Minto Road.
From CP, we've come to Minto Road's Bharat Petroleum petrol pump, and as you can see, there's a line of scooters waiting to be charged, but they can't be charged because the system here is being updated.
So I've been going around since morning because I had not seen my EV and there was a low charge. So I went around, and this is the second station I'm coming to. And in the first station, they told it is not yet functional. And then the second station, they are telling there is some updation issue and I'll have to wait. So because of this, there is a lot of issues which is happening. Okay. And there are only 3 EV stations for Ola because they have a separate charging slot.
Next, we move towards Sansad Marg to see if the EV charging stations there are operational.
We're at Sansad Marg near the Constitution Club of India, and as you can see, all the charging stations here are functional. You can see buses are being charged here and cars were also being charged here.
After covering charging stations in Noida and Delhi, we head towards Gurugram to see what the ground reality there is. After a lot of searching, we find one charging station in a residential colony.
We are here at Aethers charging grid in a residential colony here in Gurugram, Haryana. And as you can see, this machine is not working.
We move towards our last stop, a private EV charging station near the busy DLF Galeria market.
We are here at the DLF Galeria market in Gurugram, and as you can see, this charging point by Static, which seems to be a private player in this space, works. But the thing here is that this provides charging only for 4-wheelers. As you can see, we are standing amid the sea of vehicles. And the climate conscious ones amongst us are trying to reduce the pollution which we are creating every day with these vehicles. And EVs are a way we can do that. But as you can see, the infrastructure is not so good for EVs. Most of the government charging points we came across were not functional. Some private players had functional charging points, but because of the fact that the charging port is not same for all vehicles across, it's not universal, it makes it an inconvenience for EV riders. So we have to work a lot towards building the infrastructure for EVs to reduce the pollution and make EVs a practical choice.
Well, it's been an action-packed episode of Tech Today here from chilly London. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you have, do let us know on our social media handles. You know what? If you haven't as well, and there's something you'd like for us to know, maybe improve on, please do write into us. Also, there's extensive coverage from our London travels and everything that we've been doing from the world of tech on the Tech Today website. I'm going to hop on to a boat ride now and hopefully see you very soon from the Tech Today studios in Mumbai. I'm your host Aayush Ailawadi saying until next week, adios.
You are watching India Today.
કોંગ્રેસના લોકો આટલી બધી જાતજાતની ઢગલાબંધ ડઝનબંધ ગાળો દીધી છે. કોંગ્રેસ પાર્ટી એના નેતાઓએ અધિકૃત રીતે ક્યારેય પશ્ચાતાપ વ્યક્ત નથી કર્યો.
As the race enters the last lap, the Prime Minister once again made the now familiar pitch, vote for Gujarat Asmita, vote for Modi. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge's recent attacks came in handy. Modi referred to his most recent one that compared him with Ravan.
कि तमे मोदी ने 100 माथा वालों रावण को.
हर वक्त अपनी ही बात करते हैं. आप किसी को मत देखो, मोदी को देखकर वोट दो. अब भाई तुम्हारे को तुम्हारी सूरत कितनी बार देखना. हर जगह कितने हैं भाई. क्या आपके रावण के जैसा 100 मुख है? क्या है?
હવે તમે મને કહો રામ ભક્તોના ધરતી પર રામ ભક્તોની સામે એમના પાસે બોલાવડાવવામાં આવ્યું કે તમે મોદીને 100 માથાવાળો રાવણ કહો. આ કોંગ્રેસ પાર્ટી એને તો રામ સેતુ સામે વાંધો એવી કોંગ્રેસ પાર્ટી